What you doing? Just choosing to ignore me. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Amy here. So today we're going to talk about the books that I plan on reading in the month of January. It's been a while since I've created myself a TBR, but I missed it. I missed having like something to look at, to reference to on what books I thought I would like to read for that month. Now sometimes it doesn't always work out, but I just like to have that reference. I don't know why, OCD, it just makes me feel better. So we are already into the first week of January as I'm filming this video. So I've already started 2 books, one I am listening to and one I am physically reading. So the one I am listening to, I chose, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I chose Husband Material by Alexis Hall to start off my year with. Of course, I picked male romance, my favorite subgenre. So this is just the continuation of Luke and Oliver's story from the first book, Boyfriend Material. In that book, Luke and Oliver sort of come together in like this fake relationship, sort of get together by one of their mutual friends. And of course, you know, feelings start to grow and a fake relationship might turn into a real relationship, but in the second book their relationship continues to grow. So just a little blurb on the back says, 2 years ago Luke O'Donnell and Oliver Blackwood met, pretended to fall in love, fell in love for real, dealt with heartbreak and disappointment and family and friends, and somehow figured out a way to make it all work. Yeah, so here we are in the second book. I am quite a bit ways through it, so almost done, over 50% done with it. The narration is great. Love the whole banter back and forth between our characters and our friends, and it's I've been laughing out loud. It's just been hilarious, just like the first book. Really enjoyed it, really enjoying this one. So yeah, if you haven't picked up the second book and you've read the first one, you need to start this one. And on my tablet, I am physically reading Boyfriend Goals. This is by Riley Hart. This has actually been on my TBR for a while, and I'm trying to go back, sort of like back read all the books that I have put on my Kindle Unlimited app. I need to get those read before I start uploading more. But anyway, in this book, I'm only about 5 chapters in, but I'm really liking it so far. We have Milo and Gideon are our 2 characters that we follow. Milo is a very unusual sort of character. Just getting to know him a little bit in the first couple chapters, I'm like, wow, this is gonna be fun. Gideon is a tattoo artist. So we have Milo, who discovered that he had a maternal grandmother who had just passed, and she has left him her bookshop along with the apartment above it and the tattoo parlor next door. But the tattoo parlor as well as the apartment above the bookstore are being rented out by Gideon. So Milo takes it upon himself to go to this bookstore to find out more about his grandmother that he never knew about, and figure out who this tattoo artist is that is renting the building from him now. So that's kind of where we're at in the story. Milo and Gideon have just met, but Gideon seems to be like taking Milo in strides. He's just like rolling with the flow, and Milo has never really had that. Like you can tell his personality is very unusual, and he probably gets a lot of side eye from people, but Gideon's just going with the flow, and I'm really enjoying their chemistry together so far. But I'm only 5 chapters in, but I think it's going to be a good one. All right, let's get into the other books that I think I might want to read for the month of January. I did pick my 2 book of the month books that I have on my shelf. These are the only 2 that I have on my shelf right now. And I've talked about this one before. This is The Last Party by Claire McIntosh. I did try to start this one. I started the audio and I just did not like the audiobook. And again, and I know I've said this in other videos, I have nothing against accents. I love accents. So we have a narrator who is doing an Irish accent. but it's very, very thick, and I was having a hard time following the story. So I put the audiobook aside and I tried to like read a little bit with my eyeballs, but I just couldn't like really get into it. I don't know what it was, but I like to try again. Like, I'm not fully set on DNFing it. Like, I mean, I only got in the audio, only got to like chapter 3. So I'd really like to try again, give it a good go. I did read, I think it was The Hostage by Claire McIntosh, and that one was okay. I did like it. I had some issues about where the story was going and issues of things within the story, but I did like it. So yeah, that's why I'd really like to give this one just one more shot. Plus, it takes place within New Year's Eve, so I really want to like kind of read it for the first of the year, for the new year. On the back it says it's the party to end all parties, but not everyone is here to celebrate. So we do find a dead body, I believe, in like the lake and surrounding these houses. It says on New Year's Eve, Royce Lloyd has a house full of guests. His vacation homes on Mirror Lake are a success, and he's generously invited the village to drink champagne with their wealthy new neighbors. But by midnight, Rice will be floating dead in the freezing waters of the lake. On New Year's Day, we have Fiffin Morgan. She has a village full of suspects. So I believe she is some sort of detective. The tiny community is her home, so the suspects are her neighbors, friends, and family. And Fionn, it's F-F-I-O-N. Fionn has her own secrets to protect. With a lie uncovered at every turn, soon the question isn't who wanted Rice dead, but who finally killed him. In a village with this many secrets, murder is just the beginning. So a very vague synopsis, but yeah, we are following Fionn, as well as someone else, I believe, in here. And she was kind of giving me unlikable characteristics in the beginning, as far as like while I was listening to the book, what I could get out of the story. But yeah, yet again, I still want to give it another go. So, and then of course, Stacey Willingham's new book, All the Dangerous Things. This one comes out on January 10th. Probably not going to get to it before then, but I still wanted to put it on my January TBR because I'm just excited to read this book because I really loved her first debut novel, Flicker in the Dark. In this book, we have a missing child. So we have a mother who her toddler went missing. He was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. It's been 1 year. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of drawing loose a new witness or buried clues, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster. So we may have a little bit of a podcaster vibe in here, or just true crime storytelling. I'm all about it. Another true crime book that I'm really anxious to get to, this is All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. Ashley Flowers is a podcaster herself. She is the host of Crime Junkie. I love that podcast. So when I saw that she had a book out about a true crime, I was on it, but I have not read it yet, so I really want to get to it. It says you can't ever know for sure what happens behind closed doors. Everyone from Wakarusa, Indiana, I hope I'm saying that right, remembers the infamous case of January Jacobs, who was discovered in a ditch hours after her family awoke to find her gone. Margaret Davies was 6 at the time, the same age as January, and they were next door neighbors. In the 20 years since, Margot has grown up, moved away, and become a big city journalist. But she's always been haunted by the feeling that it could have been her. And the worst part is January's killer has never been brought to justice. So that's all we're going to read right there. Looking forward to this one. Also looking forward to the new Lisa Unger. This is Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 mystery thriller. Yeah, I can't wait to dive into this one. So of course it's on my January TBR. I was a little disappointed with the last book I read by Lisa Unger, Last Girl Ghosted, but I have hopes for this one. 3 couples rent a luxury cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway to die for. An isolated luxury cabin in the woods, complete with spectacular views, a hot tub, and a personal chef. Hannah's loving brother found the listing online. The reviews are stellar. It's his birthday gift to Hannah and includes their spouses and another couple. The 6 friends need this trip with good food, good company, and lots of R&R. Far from the chatter and pressures of modern life. Who wouldn't? But the dreamy weekend is about to turn into a nightmare. A deadly storm is brewing. The rental host seems just a little too present. The personal chef reveals that their beautiful house has a spine-tingling history, and the friends have their own complicated past with secrets that run blood deep. How well does Hannah know her brother, her own husband? Can she trust her best friend? And who is the new boyfriend crashing their party? Meanwhile, someone is determined to ruin the weekend, looking to exact a payback for deeds long buried. Who is the stranger among them? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. And lastly, I chose another male romance that has been on my TBR for a little while. I actually bought this book off of Kay Webster's website. This is Hood River Rat. So many of you have told me about this book and that I must read it. And recently in one of my comments, someone told me that I really need to, I think it was something I posted on Instagram. Someone told me I really needed to read this. So we're gonna do it this month. I think this is part of a series, but it can be read as a standalone. And I believe it's the only male romance in the series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the whole series. It says Hood River was supposed to be the change I needed. A fresh start, an escape from my painful past, better in every way. I'm a popular guy, approachable. I make friends easily. Cool car, nice clothes, good attitude. Everything will be fine. School is school. I'll keep my head down until graduation and try not to stick out. College will be here before I know it. Yet my first day proves to be anything but easy. The Hood River Hoodlums, our school's most notorious group of bad boys, have put a target on my back. Their leader, Roan, hates me. He calls me Rat. To him and his friends, I'm a loser who doesn't belong at their school. I could pretend I don't care about their hate. If only Roan wasn't so hot. He's mean, cruel, and sexy as hell. My nemesis is impossible to ignore, and a secret part of me doesn't want to. Here I thought being gay was the worst of my problems. Turns out being gay and crushing on your enemy takes the cake. Oh, I love a good hate to love high school drama. Oh, I can't wait. And lastly, I thought this was my last one I picked for myself, but I did pick myself another male romance type, but this is like a male suspense romance. This is The One That Got Away. This is by Nikki James. I have this one on audio through Audible, ready to go. The One That Got Away is a male psychological romantic suspense. Triggers for severe anxiety and panic disorder, OCD, dissociative episodes, PTSD. The plot line includes a reference to a past child kidnapping and sex trafficking incidents. The details of the sex trafficking are not discussed in any detail. Okay, so that's good to know. Someone is following me. I'm not imagining it. I'm not crazy. Charlie Falkenham is convinced someone is after him. There are signs, there are clues, but no one believes him. After living through a childhood horror, Charlie suffers from a severe paranoia disorder, among many things, and the Hamilton police have labeled him the boy who cried wolf. When the only person on the force who ever listened to Charlie's concerns retires, who can Charlie reach out to for help? Arrogant and young Officer Takado Dayani has a chip on his shoulder a mile wide. He's rude and brash and doesn't play well with others. He has more enemies than friends, and he doesn't care. When his senior officer assigns him to Charlie's consultant, Dakota knows it will end badly. He doesn't have time to coddle a prissy rich boy. However, if he can't calm Charlie's paranoid delusions and act civil for once, he'll lose his job. But are they delusions? The longer he knows Charlie, the more Takata realizes something isn't right. Is someone stalking Charlie? Or is Takata getting too wrapped up in Charlie's fragile world? I don't know. It was different, something different than what I normally read. So I thought I'd give it a go. It had good reviews. Male romance suspense. We're gonna try it. Okay, that's it, y'all. That's all the books I picked out for myself. I just chose 8. I just kind of like to give myself a little reference, and sometimes I get to all of them and then some. Sometimes I feel like I want something different. We shall see in the wrap up what happens. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below, what are y'all gonna start y'all year off reading for the month of January? Let me know in the comments. Thank y'all all so much for watching. As always, hugs from me all around y'all, and I'll see y'all very soon in another video. Bye. Look how sweet. Hello everyone, bye.